What's going on, people? It is Irish Gunner HD here. You can call me Irish, and today we have episode 4, I believe, of Will It Drift. Today we're using the Lexus GS350, which just came out in the new August Playseat car pack, I believe it's called. Now, as standard, it comes with 306 horsepower, 277 foot-pounds of torque. 3,970 pounds is what it weighs, so nearly 4,000 pounds. It's a big, heavy four-door car. It's also, as standard, it's four-wheel drive, so right off the bat, like, you have to put in the rear-wheel drive swap. But yeah, like I said, it's a big four-door, very, like, pretty heavy thing, but at the same time, you know that it's heavy and you know that it's big and stuff like that, but like as you see just there, like it is capable of getting its back end out, like there's no doubt about that. But and it's a lot stiffer than I would have thought. Like it's not as, like, the Acura TSX, that was like bouncing all over the place. There was so much body roll in that, and like I would like, this GS350 has to be heavier than the Acura and bigger overall, and it's still a lot stiffer. So maybe it's just something to do with the fact that this is like the F Sport model, I believe it's called. But it's pretty, as stock, it's decent. Like it can slide and stuff like that, and particularly if you're playing on a not simulation, sorry, and you get some tire wear in and the tires are able to spin up more. It's alright then. Can't really link the corners though, so that's a bit of a problem. But it's a good platform to build off. It's a good place to start from. So now here we go. I've lowered it. I've kept the stock engine. Obviously, it's got 355 horsepower, 322 foot-pounds of torque, 2,911 pounds. So nearly just about 1,000 pounds in weight lost. Like that's really good. What I've done on it is twin turbos, the twin turbo upgrade. I've put on race springs, race weight reduction. I messed that up in the last video. I said waist weight reduction or something like that. But so it's race springs, I just did it again. Race weight reduction, and that's it. Actually, just the turbos, the springs to stiffen it up a little bit, and the weight. So it's definitely capable of linking the corners better. Like you can actually, it feels like you're actually drifting it now, and as opposed to just like pulling the handbrake when you get the corners. It's still got a very, or at least I don't know for a fact, but it feels like it still has a small power to weight ratio. Like it still feels like it needs more power for the size of itself. I'd say, well, I know for a fact now that I've already done it, but like when it's in this medium form, more power, and then like once I've like upgraded and tuned, like specifically tuned like the camber and the caster and toe and those kind of settings, the spring stiffnesses and bump and rebound and blah blah blah, all the boring stuff that you have to do when tuning the car, it would obviously be much better. But like as I said, when I do these in the medium stage, I never tune anything except for I fully lower it, and I put on parts. But here we are. It looks the same. It's now got 655 horsepower, 419 foot-pounds of torque, and it weighs 2,991. So it actually went up a bit in weight. But if you listen, you can hear it's obviously different. So the only available swap for this car is the LFA engine. So I put that in just to get the more power, just to have a better engine in. I tried that out. The LFA engine is definitely the best engine, I think. I think I should mention in these videos, like these aren't built for like competitions or FMDL or whatever like that. I try to build them within FMDL regulations, but like it's not a necessity like for them to be like competition spec cars. They're just for drifting. So I actually felt with the 655 horsepower it was a bit too much. Even for the big car, 655 was way too much. You want around 580 to 620 maximum. But it drifts very well. It's a little hard to control because I don't know, like the tires aren't wide enough and there is a lot of power. But it is a big heavy car, so it obviously needs the power, but not too much. It's a very fun car to drive. It's really good fun, but definitely, I went back after I recorded those clips there. I took out about, I can't remember now, I think it was about nearly 100 horsepower or something like that. I got it down to about 5 something, if not like late 5s, like 590 something to 610 or something like that, like somewhere around 5 or 600, or somewhere around 600, excuse me. And it felt much better. It was like, that's a very important thing. It's a golden rule when you're tuning a car and building a car. It's always important to know when to take power out. Like, you obviously, it's always good to have power there, but it's always important to know when to take it out. If you feel like the car isn't going fast enough, it's not because it needs more power, it's because it's got too much and the tires are spinning too much. So, with that said, will it drift? Yes. Yeah, it really will. It's a great car, great fun. I don't know how competitive it would be. Like, maybe if you had two GS350s tandeming, and they were similarly built, you'd have a lot of fun. And but like, again, I couldn't imagine it keeping up with something like a Skyline or a Supra or even the new the FRS. But it's definitely, on first impressions, it's definitely fun. Definitely try it out if you can. Pick up a couple of points. The same with the FRS. Pick up a couple of points and buy it and try it out. It's definitely worth it. But with that said, that's the end of the video. So I will ask you to like the video if you did enjoy it, and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. I'm looking for comments now a lot more than anything. Some feedback and stuff like that. So thanks for watching, and goodbye.